Hello everyone, welcome to Jumperman Tech. Today I'm going to be installing LED lights on my interior ceiling for my truck. Let's get to it. Alright, so these are the LEDs that I purchased for this setup. These are powered by USB 5 volts, so you could just use this just about anywhere. In this package it comes with 4 1.64 feet long LED strips. So when we open up the package, this is what we're going to get. These are the LEDs. On the opposite end of the LEDs, it has a 3M adhesive tape, so they're ready to mount, which is awesome. Here's your controller. Actually, that's your remote. You have a few extensions, some connectors, and this is actually your power source and controller. This tiny little piece here is your controller, and here's your power, USB. Comes with a manual and instructions. And let's get to it. So as we know, car runs on 12-volt battery. So the input power I have in my car is 12 volts, and this USB is powered by 5 volts. So what I did is I bought this converter. It's a DC to DC converter from 12 volts to 5 volts, and it actually makes it super simple. So here are my 2 wires for the 12 volts. Black will go to negative, and the red will go to your positive, your hot wire. And it's already automatically output is gonna be female USB. So all you gotta do is just simply plug in your LEDs and you're ready to go. Depending on where you're gonna mount your LEDs, I mean honestly you could just use one of these cigarette lighters and plug in your lights right here and you're good to go. I didn't want wires just running up and down, so that's why I decided to hardwire it. So I used to have lights over here. Long story short, they're not there anymore. It looks terrible, that's another story. So this is the wiring harness that fed the rear lights. So there's 3 wires here. I'm gonna cut into this harness, figure out who is my 12 volts, and I'm gonna use this as my power source to be the converter so we can power our LED lights. So I'm gonna start by establishing power and hooking up this converter. Okay, so I set my meter to DC volts. Let's see. Got power back here. So I have 12 volts between those two. There's actually 4 wires here. And I have 12 volts between those two. Okay, so I cut off the 4 wires. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I checked between which 2 I know I had 12 volts. So I separated it. These 2 are black. This is 12 volts, and these 2 are green. That's another set of 12 volts. So I'm gonna put 1 lead to ground on my meter and put 1 lead on 1 wire. I have no voltage there, and between this one I have a mixed range of voltage. I'm just getting a bad ground, but basically this wire right here is right there. It's my 12 volts. So here's my positive and here's my negative. So now we know who's the positive and the negative, and now we can hook up this converter. I'm going to hook up the black wire to my negative, and I'm going to hook up the red wire to my positive. So the other 2 wires, I just taped them off individually. So I wrapped them here, they're out of the way. Here's my 12 volts feeding my control. Control is now mounted. And now we should have 5 volts. So here's the LED controller. Here's the little connector that came with the kit. Just gonna push those in. And now we have something that looks like this. So here's the controller. Here's my LED. And these just simply hook up just like that. Okay, so what I love about this kit is that each LED light is 1.64 feet long, and right there could just disconnect them and connect as many as you want in series. Set up, I bought extra extension wire with 4 conductors to match with this connector right here, just because I'm going to be making some kind of design and mixing matching here and there. Got my USB over there. Here's my light strip. Let's turn on the power. There we go. Now we have power, and now we can figure out where we want to mount our LEDs. Let's get creative and see what happens. Alright, so I ran the LEDs along here. So I have this bar here that was welded on by the previous owner, so I couldn't fill in this space, but so here my LED strip. Then I added that extension. Go in here, go across, come out here. Here I used heat shrinks out of this extension, and I put another row up here. Alright, so I ended up adding a 3rd row in the ceiling. Got everything powered up and hooked up, and hit the switch and see what happens. Whoa. That looks trippy. Wow. If anybody found this video helpful or interesting, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time.